more surprising than Nelly and Ashanti spinning the block. Zeke and Gemma live rent-free in my head. One of those feel-good romances, one of those books that I would probably read again. Because hey chapter bestie, what's up and welcome back to another video. For those who don't know, my name is Angie. I'm primarily a romance and suspense reader, but every now and then we tap into lit fic, contemporary fic, and historical fiction. In today's video, I know you're busy. I know you're busy because I'm busy. I be busy too, but I got you. So stick around as I share about maybe 11 or 12 books that any busy person can read. Come on, bow my nose. Everybody, let's go. Holding Back the Years by Cashapp Thompson follows Serafina, who is kind of going through some struggles right now. She's just going through it. Like, life is hitting her, so she has to move back home. It also follows a male main character. I believe his name was August. And August is battling his 4 older siblings because he doesn't want to be the one to put his mother in a nursing home. It's like, she done raised 4 kids or 5 kids. Like, why can't 4 or 5 people take care of one person, and this one person done took care of all these kids? So he ends up losing, thank God, because this is where he meets his girl. But there's a secret happening at the nursing home, and we want to find out, is this hindering August and Serafina from getting together? Will it break them up? We don't know. You just got to go read the book. This book was only 156 pages, and it touched on a lot of significant things like Alzheimer's, so I highly recommend you go check that out. Waiting on Wendy by Tanzania Glover follows Wendy and Kellen. Kellen is sick and Wendy is the waitress at a diner that he frequents. Obviously, they end up in a romance, and Kellen, he now has something to live for. He now has found his person and he's fighting. And as he is going through his thing, Wendy is kind of unaccepting of what's happening with him. And so it's a story of integrity, your morals. It is about how far you will go to save the person that you loved or love. So it's one of those things that will kind of challenge your integrity, although it's fiction. The book was only 168 pages, and it's definitely a slow burn. So if that's your thing, you will want to check this out. Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop, which I think I've been calling Only for the Weekend. I don't know why, but just adding my own little sequel to it. But Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop follows Janelle in Rome, and Janelle is headed to Tulum because her sister is getting married. But the gag is, the sister is marrying her ex-boyfriend. But no worries, people, because Janelle is about to hook up with the best man, Rome. So obviously for a week, they have a whirlwind romance. It was super duper dope. It was drama filled, but still super duper amazing. This book was only 244 pages, and it legit made me want to go to Tulum and find them. So we're going to stay over in Mexico with Take a Chance by Maiko May. This particular book follows Cyrus and Cassandra is scheduled to go to Mexico with her sister, but her sister falls ill, so she ends up going on the trip by herself. But lo and behold, childhood homie Cyrus is there, and they just kind of reconnect from there. This book is only 71 pages, and if you love a book where the guy falls first, that's the book you want to read. An Island Summer by Jenny Hale follows Megan, and she's headed back to her grandfather's cottage. I think he passed, I think the book said like 10 years ago, but Megan is going through it and she kind of just needs a break. So she goes back with her best friend Tess, and her best friend was super duper dope, by the way. And they kind of come across something, an envelope with a picture in it, and she's kind of uncovering what this picture actually means. And upon doing that, she meets a male named Toby. So it's a romance, obviously, super duper adorable. One of those feel-good romances, one of those books that I would probably read again because it was that good. Yeah. It was 288 pages, and it gave Outer Banks, it gave Treasure Hunt, it gave Small Town Romance, it gave all the things and all the feels. So if that's your vibe, you definitely want to check that out. If Only for the Summer by Alexandra Warren, if I'm not mistaken, follows Guy and Nova. And Nova was invited to Miami by her best friend and her husband to stay at the condo because she's a teacher, and it's like, come on, get yourself a break, feel the Miami vibe, we can go to live, all the things. And I don't think she really said that, but you know, all the Miami vibes. But lo and behold, the husband has invited his best friend to stay at the condo, Guy and Guy's son. Obviously, y'all know what happened.
See, what had happened at first was...
The cutest thing ever is not only did they have a mutual attraction, but they were both teachers, and I thought that was the most adorable thing that could happen. The book was only 195 pages, and if you're into forced proximity, this would be your book. Nova was kind of insecure and going through some self-esteem issues because she dated a clown, and Guy is a single father, but he's close with his baby mom. So that's your cup of tea. Go read it. Another Man's Baby by Tatum James. It follows Sienna and Gabriel, and Sienna ends up pregnant by this man named Tyre, and Tyre is somebody that she basically uprooted her life for. Like, she just uprooted her life and went to go be with him. He has a whole lot going on that will be unveiled in the book, but yeah, he was trash. But even still, she is headed back home because of all his foolishness. So she decided, listen, I'm headed out. I'm not dealing with this. I know my worth. And on her way back home, she stops at a bed and breakfast where she meets Gabriel. Gabriel is kind of emotionally detached. You know, he's not really looking for it, but they end up having a one-night stand. Now, mind you, she doesn't know anything about her pregnancy or anything like that. They have a one-night stand, and Gabriel cannot get her out of his mind, so he ends up tracking her down, but she's pregnant. So he has to decide, is he going to be there for a woman and a child that's not his? And that's how the story kind of unfolds. The book was only 205 pages, and I just remember the first chapter in the book being like super compelling, like captivated my attention to the point where I did not want to put the book down. I think I read this in like one sitting. So there's my review. Body Count by Octavia Grant follows Nikki, and basically Nikki is a female hoe, and when I tell you Karma spins the block on her, it was like more surprising than Nelly and Ashanti spinning the block. It was that kind of block spin. Like, this crazy, super unhinged book. It challenges your morals. It challenges integrity. It challenges if men being able to get away with things that women can't. It's just crazy book. You'll be able to read this definitely in one sitting because it's only 52 pages, y'all. 52. Go pick it up. It's on Kindle Unlimited right now. Somebody's Wife by Robbie Renee follows Gemma and Zeke. They both have PhDs. Black excellent. We're here for it.
Nice.
Gemma, basically, on the outside, she has this perfect life until betrayal hits her. And Zeke, he's kind of trying to start over with his life and do things differently. And so he ends up getting a job at the same university that Gemma is at. Upon seeing her, because she was the one who interviewed him, Zeke is like, I have to have this woman. Only she's somebody's wife.
Okay, now back to that one.
This book is only 250 pages, and when I tell y'all, Zeke and Gemma live rent-free in my head. They live rent-free in my head. The spice, the way that Zeke loved Gemma. Oh my gosh. Top tier romance. One Week in Paradise by Anise Starr follows Bailey, and Bailey is an influencer who is going through something where she's losing followers. She ends up getting a trip by an influencer brand, not an influencer brand, but a brand that wants her to come to Jamaica and kind of post pictures about the resort, etc., etc. But she has to do it with her boyfriend, and her boyfriend broke up because of what happened in the book that I'm not going to share. You got to go read it. I don't want to tell all the tea now. We just want to give you a little bit to make you want to go get it. But she ends up not being able to go because, like I said, her boyfriend and her broke up. But her brother, this is why it's good to have a brother, because they got your back. The brother, Dane, says Cash will go with you. So Cash is Dane's best friend, and Obviously, if you like fake dating, if you like forced proximity, all the things, this is your book. This is one of those real cute books where you read after you have read something heavy, because that's what I did. And to top it off, the book is only 214 pages. So Rhythms Blues by Kimberly Brown was the 100th book that I read this year. So I did a whole separate vlog on it, but I have to add it in because it was a short book. And it follows Rhythm, who uproots her life to LA for her boyfriend, who is a rapper. Obviously, he starts changing and feeling himself, and so Rhythm says, I've had enough. Well, Channing enters the chat, and Channing comes across Rhythm because his grandmother is a patient at Rhythm's physical therapy practice, and so they kind of run into each other. They end up having a one-night stand because she's trying to, you know, the best way to get under or get over an old man is to get under a new one. And so that was kind of her vibe, but they can't seem to get enough of each other. And obviously it turns into a really, really sweet romance. Channing was so protective of her. So just the perfect book boyfriend. The book was 280 pages, and it was 280 pages of Channing loving the crap out of her. He had so much reverence for her, and I just absolutely adored this book so much. And the last book that I'm going to share is another book by Tatum James, and it's called Heir to His Heart. This follows Janae and Azriel. And so Janae is in a situation where she ends up having a one-night stand with Azriel because her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, does not want to commit to her, but she ends up finding out that he is committed. And I mean really committed, like engaged to somebody else. And so she's kind of going through it. And so she has a one night stand. Only her and Azriel don't exchange information. They don't have nothing. And so the book picks up from the prologue 2 years later. And Janae has a 2-year-old child. She ends up finding Azriel because he's on TV. And she tracks him down and basically tells him that, hey, we share a baby together. Because Azriel is in trouble, his PR or publicist decided, hey, maybe you should fake date this girl or be seen with somebody that is considered a good girl. And so it's 198 pages of Azriel being the best damn baby dad ever, and just them kind of fake dating, and obviously it could possibly turn into something more. So those are 12 books that you can read even as a busy person. Like, take it to your physical therapy appointment, take it to your doctor's appointment, take it while you're waiting for your kids at their game and you don't feel like watching them kick a goal, whatever. Take your book with you because you can finish these very quickly if you're busy, or if you just like shorter books. These are all bangers that you can read that I'm so proud to share my opinions on. Like I said, I only listed a couple of books that were over 250 pages, but every other one is 250 and below. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys all in the next one. I hope you guys have a blessed day. But every now and then we tap 3, 2, 1. Dang, why that itch have to come right in there? Don't piss me off. If you like what you 3, 2, 1. Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop follows Janelle, I think her name was. It is, yes, Janelle in Rome. And Janelle is headed to Tulum, Mexico. I think that's in Mexico. Another Man's Baby by Tatum James. Another Man's Baby by Tatum James. That sounds like a mouthful. But she has to do it with a 3, 2, 1. Well, Channing instead 3, 2, 1.